What's up, my people? Colin F. Watson in the house. So I just pulled up in the gym and I wanted to shoot this. I've been meaning to shoot this video for days now, and I wanted to I was thinking about it. I was driving here to the gym. And I thought about it because I'm living exactly what I'm going to be talking to you about today. So it's about how to get yourself into the zone. You know, if you guys remember that every time you've actually accomplished something, especially when it came to your fitness goals or your weight loss goals, that you remember those times where you were just in the zone, where everything came together and you were motivated, you were inspired, you suited up, you showed up, and you're like, man, it was just magical. And it was like that perfect storm that comes together. And sometimes it comes together because you're just coming from a place of desperation where you're so fucking miserable that you finally have to just do something, and that misery pushes you. That's your motivation to get started, and then hopefully inspiration takes over. And sometimes that could be the kiss of death, because when you're no longer miserable, you stop, right? So I wanted to talk about what I call the 3 M's to finding the zone or getting into the zone. And those 3 M's, I think, so I've come to understand, even for myself and for my private clients that I talk to every single day. So I use an app called Marco Polo, and I talk to my clients every day. And I do that so I can see their mood, I see their state, I can tell their state of mind, I can tell if they're high energy, low energy, I can tell if they're trying to talk themselves into repeated failure, or they're trying to talk themselves into success. And it's just interesting to be able to watch their mood, and it allows me to respond to their mood accordingly. So one of the things that I've implemented to help me create the zone when the zone doesn't exist is what you call the 3 M's, right? So you have to have your mindset right, you have to have your motivation right, and you have to have the right method or methodology or modality, which is basically the method in which you're going to be doing something. So let's assume this is for your diet and fat loss goals. The method is going to be the diet you're following, the nutrition plan you're following. When it doesn't matter, all the nutrition plans work to some degree, right? Mine happens to be my favorite, and my expertise happens to be in the advanced HCG diet. But there's great, you have keto, you have paleo, you have Atkins, you have carnivore, you have all kinds of vegan diets, you have all kinds of modalities. So that's the modality. So if you have the modality or the method in which you're going to follow, that's the roadmap. Then you have to have the motivation, and that's what kind of gets you going, right? And you have to have the mindset. The mindset is to believe it is actually possible. I'm gonna put my glasses on because the sun is kind of moving in my camp, squinting. So the mindset is your believability. If you have limited beliefs, then you're going to only believe certain things are possible, your ability to succeed. And if you have the mindset that you can crush it, or you remember the fact that you've crushed it before, you definitely know what's possible. So unless you have all 3 of these things going, that's what creates the zone. When your mindset is right, your motivation is on point, and you know what method you're going to use to get you where you want to go, that's your mindset, right? So sorry guys, I'm just trying to not be so blinded. So anyway, I want to talk about that, because if you have 2 out of 3, you're still going to have a problem. If you have 1 out of 3, you're pretty much dead in the water. But 2 out of 3, you can get started. 2 out of 3 usually gets people started, and then one of them runs out. So you could think your mindset is there, and you could think you're motivated, and then all of a sudden you get started, and then the motivation wanes, and all of a sudden you go, why am I doing this in the first place? It's hard. I'm not losing any weight. It's not working. And you start talking yourself out of it. So let's see how to get them both all of them on point. So you choose your method, your modality, your method that you're going to follow, and you stick to it, because all diets work to some degree, and usually when they stop working is because you stop working it. So let's just be honest, right? So for me, I believe the HCG diet is the fastest diet, but they all work, right? And so you follow the roadmap, and you follow it to the letter, so you know exactly what it tells you, what you can and cannot eat. And if you simply do that, that's going to guarantee success. So now it's getting your mindset and your motivation right. Okay, right? So your mindset is that you have to be your belief system. So what happens is that your most recent failures ends up dominating your belief system. So what you have to do is you have to trick your mind into remembering the times that it did work. Remember the times that you were successful. Like for me, as I'm struggling, still in pain here with my back and getting to the gym here, I have to remind myself that in order for me to get back into the shape that I want to be in, that I go back to, you remember you did it in pain before when you did your show, and you did 16 weeks of Stretchville, and you were going to the gym twice a day, and you pushed yourself, you were exhausted, you were tired, you were in pain, but look what you were able to accomplish. So that gets my mindset back into remembering that I know it's possible. I've done it so many times, I know it's possible. So the fact you're injured, that's a setback, but if you can push through it, and you've pushed through it in the past, you can do it again. So you can get your mind right. And then you have to get your motivation. So usually what gets you to get into action, to get any one of these things working for you, you have to do a small action to get it started. Because you can sit here and think about it all the time, think motivating thoughts all you want, but until you get action, you're not getting any results. So I was sitting at home, and the later in the day it gets for me, the more tired I am and the more in pain I am. And so it's like I want to get out of the house as early as possible to get to the gym, because I know as the day goes on, my motivation is going to wane, because I'm going to be in more pain, and I'm going to go, fuck, I'm just tired, I'll go tomorrow. And another day goes past. So I have to get myself to go. So I have to trick myself into doing to creating such a small task that if I just get that task going, I'll be fine. So I said, okay, I'm just gonna get in the car. I'm gonna get dressed. I'm gonna get my BCA drink made. I'm gonna go get in the car. And if I get in the car and I don't want to go to the gym, then I can come back up. But if I get in the car and you want to go, you want to go. So guess what? I got my ass out of the house and got in the car. I made my drink that I take to the gym and got in the car to say, okay, I'm going to go to the gym. Now, I told myself, I gave myself permission, if you get in the car and you're really exhausted, listen to your body, go back upstairs and rest, and tomorrow's another day. But of course, I got in the car and I'm like, you know what? I was just going to drive to the gym. Now, the thing is, I go to the gym, I'm going to go, okay, I just want you to go to the gym and do 15 minutes of cardio and leave. That's it. That way you just didn't sit on your ass for another day. But guess what? Well, I'm going to go in there, I'm going to set it for 15 minutes of cardio. And once I get in there and get going, because I've done this trick to myself over and over again to get here, is that I get 15 minutes of cardio, and all of a sudden I go, oh, okay, I'm going to do 20 minutes. I turn on a podcast, and then 25 turns, and I go, just hit 30 and you're done. Right? And I get to 30 and I pat myself on the back and I give myself a win, because now I'm in bonus mode. The subconscious mind loves bonus mode. It loves wins. And what we do is we set these real tall tales for ourselves, or tall walls for ourselves to accomplish, and we don't get there and we fail, and we go, okay, you know what? Fuck, we didn't show up ourselves, and it takes your confidence away. So I know it's kind of a long video and I'm kind of bouncing all over the place, but I want you to get it, because you have to get the 3 M's down. And anyone that's missing, this is how you trick yourself into getting into the zone. You give yourself a small task that's so impossible for you to fail. So for me, for example, doctor told me I really need to work on my core, because my core is the backbone to my backbones. But the stronger your core, the stronger your spine. And so I hate sit-ups. My wife, Janie, she does probably 100 sit-ups, 200 sit-ups a day, right? It's part of her regimen. She goes, just get on the floor and do 100. It's easy. 100 to me is just way too much in my brain at the time, especially because I'm tired. So I said, okay, just do 10 sit-ups. Just get up this morning, get on the floor and do 10. I just went on the floor, I started to do 10. I said, okay, I did 20. Good, you're done for the day. I was done, completely satisfied. Well, I ended up around lunchtime going down the floor and doing another 20. But this is the thing. When you tell yourself to do a small amount and you actually go into action to do it, once you're there, the subconscious mind sets in and goes, you can do more than 10. So do another 10. And then do another 20. But because anything you do over the amount you said you were going to do, the promise you kept to yourself, it is now bonus, and it increases your confidence. So now I'm here at the gym, even though I don't feel like being here, even though I'm tired, even though my back is hurting me, I'm going to go in there. Tell myself I'm going to do 15 minutes of cardio, and then I'm going to be done with it. And if I do the 15 minutes and I want to do more, I decide I'm going to train legs or whatever I'm going to do, then now it's all bonus. Do you guys get this? This is how you win when you don't feel like you can or you should win or you have won in the past, is because you have to give yourself the smallest little task to get you into action. Without action, nothing is possible. So first assess which of the 3 M's are missing out of your regimen. And if you don't have all 3, if you only have 1 out of the 3, it's not time for you to start whatever you think you're going to start. If you're ready to start a diet, you're ready to start your ACG plan again, let's be specific for what the world in which I live in. If you're ready to do ACG again to get in the very best shape of your life, and you know you've had the COVID-20 and you've had all of this, you know, the depression and all this stuff, the isolation, and you're done with it, right? You said, fuck it, I'm done with it. And you want to get started. First, assess yourself of the 3 M's, which one is missing, or do you have all 3? Are you motivated? Is your mind right? And what method are you going to follow? Are you going to be doing the basic plan? Are you going to do the advanced plan? Are you going to be doing the keto plan? Are you going to be doing some other plan? Know which modality you're going to go down and pick it and stick to it. That one should be easy to solve. Then the other 2 are left. Figure out which one is the weakest of the 2. So if you go, yeah, I'm kind of motivated, and I think my mind is right. If in fact you're not sure which one of them is going to stand out, or which one is not the most powerful position you're in, right? You're going to realize that, you know what, you thought you were motivated. Your mindset, you know, you believe it's possible because you've done it before. So your mindset is pretty much okay. It's not solid, but it's high. It's high enough to know that you know it's possible. You know the diet works. You know you can do it, but you haven't been able to stick to it the last couple of times. So you kind of go, so your motivation's been a little bit off. So you go, okay, so what am I going to do? Figure out the smallest task you can do today to get you started in the right journey. So say, for example, you want to get started on your protocol, go on the website and place an order. That's the smallest thing you can do. If you already have your stuff, take it all out, get a look at it, get it together, look at the calendar, decide when you want to start, and mix your stuff. Because guess what? The clock starts ticking once it's mixed. You follow what I'm saying? Get into action. When you get into action, you'll find the zone. I promise you. Because once you get going, your body remembers, has muscle memory, mind memory. It remembers the time that you were actually in the zone and you felt good and things were working out for you, and you'll start to show up that way. So I'm going to go in the gym, do my 15 minutes of cardio, and we'll see what else happens after that. I hope you like this video. I hope it makes sense for you. Make sure you get the 3 M's going on: your mindset, your motivation, and your modality or your method of which you're going to follow, which protocol, which plan you're going to follow, what action plan you're going to follow. Get started, figure out which one's your weak link, and then give yourself a small task that's so impossible for you not to do, so ridiculous for you not to do. So if it's just 1 sit-up, then do 1 sit-up, get out the ground, pat yourself on the back and say you did it. Because guess what? Tomorrow you're going to say, I'm going to do 2. And you probably won't be able to do 2. You'll probably have to do more than 2. But that'll get you going, and that'll get you on that journey to get in the body of your life. I'll see you in the next video. If you like this video, please share it, like it, leave me a comment, send me some topics of what you want me to cover. I haven't been on YouTube for a minute, but it's always also easier for me when you guys give me a topic. This topic's been on my mind because I was talking to one of my clients about it. So I hope it helps you. 3 M's to get into the zone. I'll talk to you soon. God bless. Namaste. Enlighten me, meats and seasoned greasy, amazing, enlighten you. Peace out.